So this is my masterclass lesson 8, how to win easily, or at least cards you can use to win easily, which is the ultimate goal, right? We all wanna be able to win a game. We wanna have a strategy that once we have what we need, we win, right? So here are some cards that I've been able to get a lot of easy wins from. These are cards that I look to and to get me wins. So that's why I play them. That's why they're in decks. Obviously, you recognize a lot of these cards from my deck profiles because they, definitely can get you them wins. So first off, let's go right here with the last two cards. This is just to showcase the idea of Victory Strike. The fact that it's an ultimate, it's an 8-drop. There are ways to try to cheat it out. That's cool and all, but still, ultimately, it's an ultimate. Therefore, the consistency of getting this to use and play and get the Victory Strike right, it's not as easy, but it's an option. And then the fact that it's a $250 card at the current moment, at least what I saw online, it's like, yeah, I'll find some other way. But just to showcase that, hey, Victory Strike, anything that has Victory Strike, obviously can give you an easy win. Then the ability to greatly reduce your opponent's hand size, that way, card advantage, right? So that way when you go for game, it's easier for you to go for game. So something like Perfect Force Cell, even the Gogeta 7-drop, which is currently banned. That one, obviously there's reasons for it. It was very powerful. This is almost as good, right? Generically, it's the original, right? The original, this came out before the 7-drop Gogeta. You need a leader that's Android, which is nice, so it doesn't have to be a Cell leader specifically. It could be any leader that's Android, so any future leaders that are Android will allow you to be able to utilize this card. So this card is relatively generic. It's a 30k double strike. Good stats to start off with. Always good to be 30k plus. And double strike, for the final damage, right? Triple strike, quadruple strike is better, but it shouldn't be that hard to get your opponent down to at least two life to finish them off. This has the ability to reduce your opponent's hand size down to 3, and then if you have cards that can reduce that hand size even further, then you get a lot of value out of it. This is something you can use. This effect you could trigger before you attack or after you already attack. So it just depends on how you play it. I play it in both ways. I definitely like using it after I attack because I do a lot of single strike and double strike to my opponent, and if they still have life left, then I bring a Perfect Force Cell to reduce their hand size, so that way they have less to play, to use back at me. So they have less cards I have to worry about. Let's see. Alright, so we got that. I just recently won in a actual real life duel with my Shenron deck. I used this card, and this card definitely turned the duel around for me real quick. I mean, I already had the advantage. It's just that the fact that I was able to play this for 4 energy and then -3 it and make it a 20k double strike that can attack twice. It's like, yes, please. So I was able to inch out the last 4 damage I needed to deal to win me the game. So that was pretty nice. And the ability, for one card to be able to do up to 4 damage, and then for 4 energy, was really nice. Obviously, if you play this like a turn earlier and stuff like that, like it becomes more energy efficient, right? But For example, you could do this on turn 3. That's another beauty of the unison strat, mechanic, is you could pay 3 to play this, then take another copy of this, put it under it. Oh, that's what I did. I did this on turn 3. Oh, that's what was so devastating. I did this on turn 3. Now I remember, because I did that strategy. So I played this for 3 energy, then I attached a second copy to it to give it a marker. So now it has 4 markers. Then I minus 3, and then went in for the 20k double strike, double 2 times, right? So that was a big deal. So that was a turn 3 GG. Gotta love that. So easy win. I didn't have to do much. I just needed 2 copies of this, 3 energies, and bang, it was easy to deal my opponent 4 damage. I already had them against the ropes, so it was easy to finish them off. But even on turn 4, playing this on turn 4 or 5 is still relevant, because 20k double strike that it can attack twice is just good, and that's just off of 1 card alone. Gotta love that. What's extra cool, right, is if you can play more than 1. So if you have the energy to play more than 1, you play 1, swing, then play the second one, send in the first one to the drop, and then do it again, minus 3, swing. So for 8 energy, you can swing for 8 damage, essentially, right? So that's very energy efficient. Then we got Gohan and Gold 10 Familiar Bonds. Pretty much anything with Alliance, because of the whole, you get the power boost plus the triple strike. And the power boost is based off of your red-green battle cards power. So if you have a lot of 15Ks or 20Ks, let's go with 20Ks so it makes the math easier. So let's say you have 2 20Ks plus this. So you swing with this and then tap the other 2 20Ks. That's an extra 40K to your attack. So your 60K triple strike. Listen to that number, 60K triple strike. I mean, an easy way to get a 20k onto the field relatively easy would be Topo. Topo is 20k, right? That's relatively easy to get them out into the field. We have, we got a couple, we got some unisons. I mean, even Nappas, the Nappa super combos, they're both red-green, which is very useful, because you can combo them. Like, let's say you swing with the leader, combo them so that way they can get onto the field, and hopefully you weaken your opponent down to at least 3 or less life, and then play this, swing with this, and then tap those those 2 Nappas plus if you had a Topo, again 40k extra to your 20k, so your 60k triple strike to your opponent. So that's not including the fact that you can combo a whole bunch of cards from your hand, and get up to let's say you have 2 super combos, so you were at 60, now you can be at 80 plus maybe 2 extra 5Ks if they're the super combos where you draw, so an extra 10K, so then you go to 90, so 90K triple strike. Again, easy, not much there, right? Not much complications, so easy. It's easy to get something like a Bodyguard Legic. It's a 15k you can play for free, and it's red, so these are things to consider. It's not that hard to get a couple battle cards on the field that you can use to boost up any of your Alliance battle cards. Now if they created Alliance battle cards with Arrival, that'd be delicious. Can't wait for that day, right? So that'll just make it even easier, because then I don't need to pay 4. See, I still have to pay 4 energy to get this out. But if I could rival this for like 1 energy, flavor looking good right there. Alright. Of course, Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. Typically, I pay 7 to drop them. Some people have an issue with that, ironically. They think it's weird that I pay full price for Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. But he's worth it. Enough said, right? He's worth it. He's 35k triple strike permanent. Your opponent cannot combo for the duration of this card's battle, which is awesome, which is all I care about. Because if I play this, more likely my opponent's going to be tapped out. So I don't have to worry about a negate unless it's like a sparking negate or something. I don't have to worry about negates that much by the time I play this. And then I swing. All I have to worry about is my opponent being able to out combo, because this prevents my opponent from being able to out combo, because it won't allow my opponent to combo. I don't care how big their hand size. I don't care if they got 20, 30, 40, 50 cards in their hands. It don't matter. This is Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku. So that's all that matters to me. So 7 is not a problem. 7 is the lucky number. Oh, speaking of 7, here's another one. Android 17, turning the tide. Another way to, get an easy win. Put everything in your opponent's hand and graveyard back into the deck. All right. The most important thing is putting all the cards in the hands back into the deck. And then this is 30k crit, so that just means once you start attacking, your opponent's not gonna get any cards back. So right there, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Then we have Chill, the Intergalactic Marauder. What's cool about this card is, early game he's nothing, but that's why he's saying for late game. So late game, just for the maximum of 4 energy, 1 to play him, and 3 to trigger his active battle ability, you can make him a triple strike that gets 6k power for each energy you have. In order to get him to 40k, which is a really good stat to be, 40k with a triple strike, which puts him up there, right, with Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku, but for way less energy, because all you need is 6 energy. So you can play this even before you even drop this, right? So for 6 energy in your drop in your energy area, but you're only using 4 of the 6 to play this, to make this a 40k triple striker. The fact that you can use 2 Senzu beans in order to untap 2 energies and make this a 50k triple striker is really nice. Plus end up with 4 energies untapped, which means you could play a second copy from your hand. Or let's say you have an ability to bounce this back to your hand from the field with like a Kibito Kai's assistant, for example. Then bounce this back to your hand, pay 1 energy to play it again. You still have 3 energy left. Attack, pay 3 energy, and again it'll be 40k triple strike. Sounds pretty easy to win to me. Being able to create that little simple setup. Even just with even 4 energy, will make him a 28k triple strike, which is not bad. It's almost 40k. I mean, it's almost 30k. 24 plus 4, yeah, 28. It's almost 30k. 30k triple strike ain't that bad for 4 energy. So as soon as turn 4, you can obviously get him out there and start swinging, with triple strike. So that's always good. But the longer you wait, the stronger he gets and the better. But the fact that you can combo, super combos and make him even stronger, just more value. So again, it just makes it easier. Because even on turn 4, you play him on turn 4, you swing, blah blah blah, right? It'll be 28. Let's say you use 2 super combos, so it'll be 58. 28. No, what did I say? 28 plus 2 super combos, 48. My bad. 48. 48. So he's almost 50k. 48k triple strike on turn 4, just by playing him in 2 super combos. That's not including any other cards you combo into it. You can get his attack, 60k and above easily, and finish your opponent out with triple strike. Your opponent should have 2 to 3 life left by turn 4, right? So another easy win. Another way is going wide, playing a whole bunch of battle cards for free and then attacking your opponent for a lot of damage. Obviously easy ways to win, but you know, sometimes, or maybe you just don't have the deck with that strategy, but you can easily put something like an Obuni in your deck that can help you go wide off of just playing one card, or Ghost attack Super Saiyan 3 Gold Tanks, another way to. And then the fact that the tokens as well as yourself gets double strike if you have 4 or less cards, which is not that hard to do. All you have to do is combo your hand, and there you go, you'll get to 4 or less cards and easily get the double strikes to trigger. And you always want to save him as the last attack since he's the strongest. So attack with the tokens first and then attack with him, and you know, finish the game off. So that's awesome. So these, you know, cards can easily, you know, win you the game. The ability to deal your opponent damage, you know, to deal damage before even attacking and then attacking is another way to easily, you know, inch out wins. You know, that's why stuff like lightning fast hit. The fact that when you evolve him, he deals 2 damage right off the bat. So your opponent, if your opponent did have 4 life, now they're down to 2. So now they're in kill range, right? And he's a 25k double strike. So you swing with him and pump your hand into him and finish your opponent off. So that's, you know, another way you can win. Or let's say your opponent only has 2 life left. Just playing him with his evolve, you know, just evolving him is enough to finish the game. Again, easy peasy. You got a triple striker that could potentially crit your opponent for damage if they choose to take the crit, but usually they don't, and they make it where you draw 2 cards, but those 2 cards can be combo cards, can be super combos for all they know, or extra battle cards you can play for free and get extra attacks in. So either way, you're gonna win regardless, right? Because already it's a 30k triple strike that you can play relatively for free. You just gotta meet the conditions of a rival and a 25k red battle card to sacrifice for this card's you know, casting, playing, whatever you want to call it. And if your opponent lets you draw 2 cards, again, you're getting a lot of value. You're greatly increasing your chances of the 30k triple strike going through and winning the game for you. So another easy win there. Cards have the ability to, you know, gain triple strike, power boost, and things of that nature. You know, is all valuable. This is a really good card because it does a lot. Like, it gets stronger relatively easy, and it gets this triple strike. So the first thing, if your leader card is red, this thing's already 30k. It's a 30k for 4 energy, which is awesome. Then it has a active ability once per turn during a battle, where this card is attacking. When your opponent activates a counter skill like a negate or something, you can stand this. Now you can stand this card, so basically it makes that negate useless, which is great. So that's one less thing you gotta worry about, because this thing wants to deal some damage. Then you swing, right? So you stand so you can swing again and try to go for game again. Now granted, it only does 1 damage in this instance if you're just attacking your opponent's leader, but if you attack a battle card and your opponent tries to negate it, which is, you know, which is a bad idea, because this will just make that card pointless, you'll stand and then you can deliver again, right? Stand and deliver another attack your opponent's battle card. Then it has a second auto once per turn. When this card KOs an opponent's battle card, switch this card to active mode. So again, you're standing, right? Going back into active mode, and it gets 10k power and triple strike. So obviously what you want to do is attack a battle card, which wouldn't be too hard to find a battle card in your side of field to attack, right? You're already 30k, so that's already giving you an advantage. And just like it'd be foolish for them to if you attack with this and they use one of their battle cards that has blocker and block, no, well, that's pointless, because now they just made you stronger, so much advantage. So it's such a really good card. It makes it easy, you know what I mean? You got 3 really awesome effects that just makes this card just too good for it to not give you an easy win, right? Because whatever your opponent tries to do, it's just benefiting you. Fearless Pan, the ability to just give 5k power and double strike to all your red battle cards and your red leader for 3 energy. So turn 3 GG. You know what I mean? Too good. She has barrier and blocker, so that's very useful. Especially the barrier part could help reduce the chances of somebody playing like some type of counter play or some type of effect that would you know, try to negate your auto. So having barrier is useful. Not so useful against Sin Shenron, because Sin Shenron can ignore the barrier and then negate her effect. So Sin Shenron is a weakness to her, but other than that, most other things won't be able to mess with her because she has barrier. But of course your opponent can counterplay, but hey, if they're counterplaying, they're counterplaying. That's just the nature of the game. But this can easily get you, you know, a whole bunch of easy victories. If you could cheat her out by turn 2, even more devastating, right? Get a whole bunch of free cards and then play her turn 2 because somehow you were able to get her out on turn 2. Just makes things so much easier, because at that point in time it'd be harder for your opponent to one, your opponent won't have that much hand size, like their hands won't be that big to try to avoid all your attacks. And you know, giving everything 5k double strike, and if everything's already 20k, then it's 25k double strike, and it's just so much problems. Again, just makes winning easier. Mirror Creator Absorb, something you can play relatively for cheap, 1 energy and then just minimal 4 cards in your drop. You can easily get this 30k out. You could do this as soon as turn 1, but turn 1 won't matter because your opponent will still have 8 life, right? So you want to get it to the point where your opponent has at least 2 life left. Play this, then you know, swing with this and give it double strike. So at least a minimum of 40k double strike it'll start off with, and then it gets 5k for every for each of your card in your warp. And since you overwhelmed at least a minimum of 4, that's an extra 20k. So you'll be 60k double strike. So it's really easy to get this card to 60k double strike to go for game. Right? That's very important. Then we have this bad boy. He's 25k, really good. Overwhelm 6, shouldn't be that hard to get 6. If you can get 4 easy, you should be able to get 6 easy, right? Get this out, 25k, and it can dual attack. So the ability to attack twice is always useful because you're getting double value off of just 1 single card. But of course, the maximum damage it can do is 2 by itself. But if you combine it, since you're playing this for free because you're not using any energy to play it, then you can use that energy for other cards that can boost this card's power and make it even more devastating, like 2 Champas or Supreme Kais. So that way when you swing on your first attack, you can make it a 35k double strike, which is really good. And then when it stands and swings again, you play another Champa or Supreme Kai and make it a 35k double strike again. And there you go. So 4 damage off of 2 energies and 6 cards in your drop, and 3 cards, you know, 2 Champas or 2 Supreme Kais and this Bardock, and you're able to, you know, deal pretty much 4 damage in a single turn. This could happen as soon as turn 2 if you have the right deck. As soon as turn 2. I mean, you can do this in Vegix, right? Turn 1, you're playing energy, and then burst 5, and then turn 2, same thing, playing energy, burst 5. So now you have 10 in the drop, and probably you played some stuff, you know, some stuff for free, and you easily should have 6 or more cards in your drop to get this bad boy out. So as soon as turn 2, you can easily start going in and do at least 4 damage with this into Champas or Supreme Kais, and then whatever else your leader plus any other thing you have to swing with can go in and deal even more damage. And as you can see, it just makes it so much easier to get to the point where your opponent is losing. So another way you can easily win, but obviously you want to save this for the final turn. You still have energy left over for other plays. The fact that this is a this is, you know, generic in general. You can obviously, you could actually use this in a deck, with like a yellow leader, and then take advantage of the grade 8 Bardock Raider's War Cry. This is 20k double strike. You can get this out for 2 energy, you know. So there's lots of energy there. And now down to the last and final card, grade 8 Bardock Raider's War Cry. This has made it easy for me to win a lot of duels. Ironically, even in the duel in which I used this to get me there, to get me to the point where my opponent was low enough that this was enough to finish them off. So, the power. So the fact that as long as your leader is yellow, you could pay 2 of any energy in order to combo this card. So it greatly increases your any attack you already have you're trying to do, like a leader swing or something, and then it'll summon itself, and then you can swing with it, and then if you have an extra copy, you combo that, so you can get an extra swing. So let me put this scenario. So let's say your leader has it's 15k and it has double strike. No, let's go even further. Let's say it's a yellow leader. Now it has the ability to gain 5k and double strike. So now it's 20k double strike swinging your opponent, and let's say it still has the ability to draw a card. So you draw a card for the leader, which is good. You get a +1 from the leader swing. So you're 20k double strike, then you combo this for 2 energies, because right now you should be 4 energies because this is turn 4, right? And even let's say your opponent has 4 life, so you swing your 20k double strike, you give the extra 10k boost, now you're 30k double strike, swing at your opponent. You know, let's say it hits, right? So bang, it hits, and then you summon this, and you get to draw another card for this being played. So now you have 2 new cards in your hands. You swing with this, you combo, you pay 2 more, combo another copy of this to power up your first Raider's War Cry. So now you got 30k double strike swinging at your opponent. Let's say they use the cards in the hands to out combo this. The first Raider's War Cry's attack. Alright, so that didn't go through, so they only have 2 life left, right? Alright, well, you put the second one gets summoned, and then you draw a card for that one. So now you drew 3 cards, you know, off of playing 2 Raider's War Cry in the leader swing, right? And your opponent still has 2 life left. You have a Raider's War Cry, you swing with that, 20k double strike. Now you can combo whatever is in your hands. Let's say you drew some super combos, throw it in there, right? Or just even if you drew 3 5k battle cards, right? Combo cards. So you combo them in, so that's 15 on top of the 20, so that's 35k double strike going for your opponent's last 2 remaining life. And since they tried to avoid your last your first Raider's War Cry swing, their hand size should be a lot smaller. So this attack should have a higher chance of going through and, you know, winning you the game. But let's say they survive, and you just so happen to have this in your hand, right? Then you just play this for free, you know, by overwhelming 6, and then swing for 25, and then swing again, and deal the last 2 damage necessary to win, right? Easy peasy. And that's a good thing, because a lot of these cards can be combined, and you can get a lot out of combining them. And that's there are other cards. These are just like some of the main ones that I like, and you know, they're here to illustrate the concept of like how to get easy wins. You know, there's certain cards that have certain criterias that, you know, if you use them right, you will win more often than not if you use them right. Obviously, there's a certain chain of attacks, like certain cards that I like to use in combination to, you know, chain, like, you know, Bodyguard Allergic, and then I play this, and then I play that, and then I play this, and then, you know, a whole bunch of chain of cards in order to create a outcome that I want, which is dealing a lot of damage, right? like the 6-hit combos, 10-hit combo decks, strategies. But a lot of times, just even something as simple as a one card win con, is important. And that's the thing, is having a win condition, having some way where it's like, hey, this card can win me the duel if I just set it up right. If I just play the game, the way you normally would play, and then play this card, and this card should give you the win because it has certain abilities that just makes it easy to win when it's time to win, right? When it's time to go for game. And that's the end of the video.